In Unit 3, we looked fairly extensively at neurons and their role in the human body. You can look through those videos for a more in-depth background on neurons and neural activity, but for now, here's a quick recap. Neurons are essentially cells that are used for communication. There are roughly 100 billion neurons in the human brain. There are several parts to each neuron, as shown here. Axons, seen at the bottom right of the diagram, send messages away from the cell body. Comparatively, dendrites near the top left of the diagram are what receives information from other cells. Having both axons, which push away information, and dendrites, which pull in information, then allows neurons to communicate. Synapses are areas between neurons. It's across this gap that messages are passed from axons to dendrites. It looks a bit like this. The axon of the neuron sending the message, we call this the presynaptic neuron, sends messages across the synapse to the neuron receiving the message, the postsynaptic neuron, via its dendrites. And then we have neurotransmitters, which we can also see on this diagram. Neurotransmitters are chemical substances that travel across the synapse from cell to cell. Some common neurotransmitters include glutamate, dopamine, melatonin, and serotonin. In learning in particular, there are at least two relevant neurons, the presynaptic neuron and the postsynaptic neuron. Each time the presynaptic neuron sends a message to the postsynaptic neuron, that neural pathway becomes stronger. The message then takes less time to be received. It's sort of like forging a new path through a thick jungle. The first time will take quite a while because you have to contend with bushes and branches, and the pathway isn't very strong. But the more you take that path, the easier it will become, and the quicker you will be able to get to the other side of the jungle. The same thing happens with neural messages, and this is the neural basis of learning. We will look at some relevant exam questions in the next few videos, but for now, keep working hard and have a psychedelic day.